Elma, how you doing? Okay, so thank you for ordering the reading. I do apologise for the lateness. I've just got so many different projects going up and running. So let's see. So you're Pisces as well, right? Moon, Libra, Virgo rising, Venus in Aries, Mars in Scorpio. Interest would be around marriage and business. I'm starting a new business and money. Okay. So what I do offer also is it's difficult for me to explain it in messages. I'm going to have to do a video for YouTube. A lot of the questions I'm not going to be able to really answer because it would come up for a general spread. You see, I did just send you a message as well, so I'm not sure if you're going to have it by the time you get this. About time, it's not really, you can't really predict a lot of things through cards. It's best for a general reading, and it will give you a general overview of messages that might come actually through those. But through general messaging, they're individual questions, so that would be a different kind of reading, because there's quite a few things that you're looking to really seek answer on. But I think I did explain that in part of the email. I think the best thing to do is what I do also, well, I'm going to open up again, is actual video Skype readings, where you would have a video but it would look just like this, but we can talk, and then you can ask the question with the name and the energy, and then I can connect with your energy properly to give you a proper guidance. Because free will, free will is just really down to you. These are just guidelines of what energy is around you at the time, of what you can have as an heads up in order to change it. So when you're wanting such, when people want such specific questions, like I can't really tell you about, I can ask a question and I will answer that for you about the marriage bit and what happened. But like I said, whatever's in the cards, if I'm not really connecting with you in order for you to respond and act and respond, I can't really tell you, like, if I'm giving you an answer, it might not be correct because you're not giving me a response in order for me to actually figure out what it is for you to have a true meaning of that, because I wouldn't want to lead you into illusion and me say yes or no and it's really not true. So those kind of questions are really for the Skype personal kind of stuff that I will open up if you want one further on. But you do have a really great reading here at the moment, I will admit. But I will try to incorporate as much as I can, and we'll go back over your email as well to try and see if any of those questions was answered in this reading for you. Now these are general energies around, but it's also within a 2-month period, so July and August kind of time. Okay, I've laid a complete spread for you, and we'll see what we do and what comes out, and we'll probably just go back over your email to see if it tallies up. Okay, so breathe. So the Page of Cups. So this can be you being the water sign, feeling free, feeling airy, that you want love, and you want to. This could be you that's giving the message out. So it could be to do with you and your husband, right? What happened with my husband in relation to me during our marriage. How he saw me. I don't do the how they see you and all that kind of really spread really. I can do that, but they're going to be more personal questions. I'll probably go over that at the end. But anyway, we'll do this. So you've got an offer coming in, an opportunity, but pretty much messaging backwards and forwards, trying to organise things to do with love really. That could just be general messaging that comes in through someone that wants to offer you it. Now, if you are still with your husband, that could be that. But you do have being single and independent and obviously wanting more out of life. And I normally represent this card with Scorpio. Right now you have Mars in Scorpio, but any earth sign, but Scorpio as well. Understanding a lot of lessons about your soul. 9 is where everything is held within what our worth within this card. It's more about worth, general health and general well-being of ourselves, meaning that we want more in life. So we want more, and we are in search for being paid for what it is that we do. So at the moment, this is more of a process of planning and trying to probably save money and build money, but still want to live up to a certain standard of what it is that you know that you want to live at. But you know that what you really want to do within your project and your work and business is that you need to obviously save money, because this is like saving money. It's like really wanting to spend it as well, but like independently, meaning that you're independent. So you want to be independent on your business, right? starting a new business. There you go. So this is you really wanting to start a new business, and that it being quite prosperous, and that there's a good opportunity for you to do that, because this is still like an opportunity, okay? So even though that is love, that can just mean like you are in love with the passionate things that you do at work, and that you're feeling light and airy and free, and that it's like a new beginning for you to do within work. So this would just represent a new beginning, a brand new start, karma card, new fresh, new start, new slate, new work, career, coming like prosperous. Then you've got the moon, right? Now you said you're Pisces, right? Now I'm not sure if anybody else that you're indicative with is a Cancer or Scorpio. I know you have Scorpio and Mars, but I don't really do Mars readings. It would be Mercury or Jupiter, really. But let's see, I don't know if you know anyone that has Cancer or Scorpio, but this is things that could be hidden around you, but we will dive deeper into that actual card. Deep emotions, obviously, for your husband, and we'll see if that is him for you also. But obviously, if you were married, you know, you share karma with people anyway, so there are feelings there generally, you know, regardless of the fact. Now, if you're going for a soulmate, which you would be, but I don't know if you're on like the spiritual connection, twin flame soulmate kind of, loads of spiritual growth and loads of like different soulmates and light working and having to do pretty much what I do. Elma, I don't like it, but it does get very difficult through soulmate connections. But this is deep, passionate, emotional feeling for someone, okay? And that it's all kind of like things at the moment are very unclear to you. Now, we do have, and I'm very much feeling it, being a Pisces and just met a new Pisces soulmate, we're both really feeling at the moment this nostalgic feeling of reflection of memories that are really coming up to revisit through Jupiter, Neptune in retrograde. I think that goes on till August, and then we've got the Mercury retrograde that's all coming up. So it's very important in order for you to process and plan things more carefully when it comes to work anyway. You know, generally as advice through this period of time between now and the end of August, I think, or mid-August, retrograde time, is to be very, you know, not to do things if you have to, but if you have to, plan them carefully. And if you can wait, because this is also like a waiting card, meaning like at the moment, there's still stuff that really needs revealing to you before you make that first step in work. So just relating it to work and out of the marriage kind of thing, it's more saying that there's more that needs to be revealed within time, and it might be through this reflection of what's going on astrologically at the moment. It might reveal more to you about this project that you want to go ahead on, okay? But at the moment, you're standing well. You're standing well. So there you go, and I know what you've got here. Loads of opportunities, a love offer coming in, also from a water sign. So let's have a look. Concerns in marriage, husband date. I'm not sure what birthday date that is, the 9th. June, July, August, September. That's Sagittarius, is it? No. Sorry, I know you're going to be shouting, saying, oh no, it is. What star sign is in September?
According to famous birthdays, the two zodiac signs associated with the month of September are Virgo and Libra. People born from September.
Okay, so it could be Virgo and Libra, but no, water sign. Okay, so you've got opportunity coming in that's offering it. So I'm saying that this is going to be you because this is Pisces. So you've got a huge offer that's coming in, and it can be to do with work. So going back onto the work career, you've got the Ace of Cups. Someone that's going to show you an opportunity within this creative field that could be giving you a gift or an opportunity for you to take that. Okay, now this is just pretty much resting. So you need some rest during this period of time. If you do meditate and that kind of thing, that would be you doing that. This is resting from things being obviously for a stressful period of time, wanting to start this business, and that things probably are just still hidden from you yet, and you really don't know, but you know that there's an opportunity there for you to take that will be coming in, or it just has. I'm kind of feeling off it's just the teetering of that it is this, you kind of thinking, well, you know, I've got an opportunity here in order to do that. But you really do need to rest and recuperate, you know, especially if you're starting a new business. It's best to do that because over talking and stuff like that too really can drain your energy. You know, when I do this kind of thing, I have to make sure that I don't talk too much, too many, and do too many readings. you overexert yourself by the amount of times that you actually speak, believe it or not. And if we get into arguments with people through things that may be hidden from us, I'm kind of picking up, if we sometimes may overreact, or we keep even searching, like, I just need to keep trying and searching just to find out what this is. The more you do that, the more energy that you're actually taking away from yourself, which would be this independent card. So why this might be portraying through here of you needing to rest, and the advice through that is the fact that if you're still really needing to know something, this is your intuition to say to you, being a Pisces, thank you, Spirit, being a Pisces, we are very intuitive. And the more times our intuition normally tells us, yeah, I know that I'm right, 9 times out of 10 we're right, okay? Through my intuition, I've noticed myself that when I have a connection with someone, that if I physically start to feel sick or unwell, it means that my intuition is pretty much on point, and it's because there's a block and a guard between you and your soulmate or you and your partner, okay? Even if it's not that, it might be the fact that you just really want to know what this is, and the fact that you're probably trying too hard at work or too hard at everything to get these opportunities for you to actually know that you need to start to take a little bit of downtime, okay? So as we go on through the reading, you've got Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and this would be a man, so this would be the your husband, I would say. But if not, it's generally a masculine energy that's around you, the King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, the masculine. But generally, coming away from that, it's looking really good for work, because if it is someone you're interested in, they also really like money too, so they're very like caring and sharing, and it could be coming in through a message through this person, and this would be your husband, I would say, King of Pentacles. If not, this would be people like at work, you know, because the King of Pentacles can either mean family or people at work or general, because it's not really a star sign. You know, when the kings and the queens kind of come up, it just means people that would own businesses and stuff like that. So, you know, that might be someone that's coming in for you of an opportunity for you to work together, okay, to work together. And there you go. That's that opportunity. Again, you've got 2 aces. So you've got a passionate opportunity with someone that you could have a relationship with, or this is your husband, and another good opportunity for you to start again. Another fresh opportunity with love, and another fresh opportunity with your husband, if that is what you really want to do yourself, of whatever your circumstance is to be, because this reading is for you, okay, Elma? So if that's not, and you decide that that's really not the path that you want to choose, these can be new people that you meet, and they can be at work, okay? Or they can be at work. But generally, if that's your husband, he will give you an opportunity. He will offer you this opportunity, okay? We have Venus in Aries, so I mean, it's possible. I don't know if you've ever had other readings by other people and they said, no, this is definitely them that's going to give you the opportunity. This could even still be you that offers, you know. It depends what your karma is, you know, because I've had readings in the past and I've thought, well, the opportunity never come in, and it was actually me that was offering it to people, and the reader never told me that. So depend on how much our self-worth and value is for ourselves through our karma, and it would literally only be your karma of understanding your worth of whatever it is going on in your relationship with your husband. Sometimes we can still make offers, but so like I was saying, all I'm saying is that it could come from him or it could come from you, but there seems to be a meeting in the middles, because the King of Pentacles is actually looking at this offer. So it's it could be either way, but it's still a good opportunity. So there's a message again that comes in, Knight of Swords, contemplating, thinking up, you know, what you're going to do about this, because there might still be stuff that's hidden, and it might mean that you please try not to be like really aggressive, because if you do, I mean, if they do, that's there, but that would start an action and a response, and that's really what you don't want, because we have to understand about the universe that they will always give you what you want. And if we can be over aggressive with people not wanting or needing, we will attract that into our lives, and that will attract things into our life, then literally in our life, in our family life, and then also within work. When our love life seems to be out of control-ish, or we're unsure, or we get very stressed out and we need to rest more, if we don't find that rest more and we find ourselves where we really want to know this answer and we have to really force ourselves on to find it, that will make everything then in your work life start to take a different toll, because your action and response will bring in lessons of where things will be out of control and you think it's your environment, but it's not. It's because you're stressed, you know. But generally, a message that's coming in, and also an opportunity of someone that's going to tell you something and then also want like a passionate relationship with you also. But it depends what he has in his chart. But if this is a Cancer or Scorpio and that's in his chart, you see, this can be him that's coming into the offer. But if this is you, which is Pisces really, this can be you that's coming in, you see, because you have Libra moon. So this can mean you as a Libra, and also fire in your chart, heading towards a King of Pentacles for a relationship. So I'm really just trying to make you aware of that, Elma, so you don't get, because I've been led into confusion through past readings and thought, well, that reader told me all this information and it wasn't true, you know. So we learn by that it doesn't matter what cards say, because this is a reading for you, it still can be you that makes that offer, you know. But that might even be a general message for yourself. I mean, again, I dismissed it. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, another opportunity. That's three aces. So you've got a love opportunity, well, it even could be a one-night stand opportunity, maybe with your husband, or just like a good night out, you know, with somebody. And then you've got like a stable offer from someone. Now, these can be love opportunities, night outs and in, all that kind of stuff, or work, love, and all that kind of stuff too. But you've got someone that's going to make you an offer where you're going to have to make a judgment call on it when you're probably resting upon, wondering what to do. Now, a judgment call always has to be on both parties. If your husband is, I think you did say probably with or was with someone else, what was happening with my husband in the relationship to me during our marriage, how he saw me. You see, I can't really ask. The card will tell me now, but what happened in the past is, did he have sex with some woman during marriage, or did he fall in love or like some woman or similar? I mean, I don't know what your husband's like. Have you spoke about these sort of things? But generally, someone has to make a judgment call if they're in some kind of situation, whatever that is. And then they have to come to you for you to make a judgment call either, because you could either settle, or you could say yes, or you could say no. And that's your free will, you see. That's where this can then change, because you could just avoid it and not answer, or you could say yes, or you could say no. And they could go away, and then they could come back another time in order for you to make another judgment call. So this is an action and a response that you need, that's going to come up, that you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with whatever this opportunity seems to come into fruition that is saying to you, well, there's a major opportunity for you to do it, but sometimes we have to leave things behind to let things start. So if this means that you have to leave some kind of project or something like that to start this new business, then that will be the point of calling of where you're going to make that judgment to say, well, whatever this is in my life, I'm going to have to leave that to start fresh and new. If that's without your husband and that appears of what you want and what you want to do, and whatever happens, that would still be your judgment. If it's to do with work and career and finances, but you already have a job, but you want to start this new business, then you'll have to leave one behind to start another, unless you can do both. But they would still be judgment calls of what it is that is going to be called upon you through spirit, that you've got to make this. Make it, because you can make it, because there's plenty fish in the sea. But I also heard of opportunity, which is like work, career, where you're worth more. You know, you're worth all these opportunities that are coming in. There you go. Communication coming in from King of Pentacles. And this is the judgment call. So if it starts off where we start to clarify what these messages may be, it comes into you, you make the judgment call, and that's the connection that you then make with spirit. And there's yourself searching for an answer again, Virgo. Right, Virgo, Virgo rising. So that's you coming up in your own reading again. So searching for an answer still. Searching, sorry, I've been sitting down for so long, Alma. Searching for an answer still, like waiting for communication is what I'm picking up, where if it doesn't persist to be what you thought it might, that it might lead to a little bit of depression possible, where you're still having inner reflect on this message that might come through to you. But there you go, manifesting again. So through whatever that communication might be, because we're coming up with your own signs here, I'm really picking this up as you, unless someone else has Virgo in their chart. But it would still relate to their Vedic chart and your birth chart, and so you really can't get up with too many star signs. But there's a lot of inner reflection work of your soul, I can see for sure, spiritually. You know, there's not a lot of spiritual cards that are really here. It's more of a mundane level of stuff that your soul's come here to experience, and not really of the esoteric. But, you know, obviously seeking guidance. This is seeking guidance and counsel. So you might even decide, thank you, Spirit, that you might decide that you want to go for counselling, because this can be counselling. Sorry, I just realised that there's someone doing the hoovering. You might realise that this is like counselling, that you might want to go to counselling with your husband, and this will be you deciding that that's the best possible thing to do, because this is what comes after the new. Once you realise that you start to put life back into this relationship again, and you start to put more of your positive energy through manifesting something new again, like all these opportunities that are going to come into you, it will pull you out of this oppression. So if you're in an oppression state at work and stuff and you're unsure, these judgment calls that are going to happen in your life probably are going to bring you out of oppression, and it's going to bring you into a new, and to start thinking more clearly, whatever that is that's hidden. And there you go. What a fantastic card to couple up with that. So that's you then receiving messages about it, and then you decide to go forth on this project, and people looking up to you in order for you, that you're doing that, and that you've moved. I just heard moved. That you might want to move, like location. So it might mean that you want to go on holiday, but it might mean like location of. Wow, do you do anything with like travel agencies or something? I just heard location. Like news, like start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna feel a part of it. New York. Sorry, do you come from New York? Sorry, I'll be gobsmacked if you do. Start spreading the news. New York. Start spreading the news. Unless you work for a news publishing agency. New York. So there you go, Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, that might be you again, heading towards victory in love. Like, wow. They're great cards. That's you, like, getting the news. Thank you. That's you getting the news, and then you're starting to spread it. And like, wow, I'm in love again. Oh. So then you come to making a decision again, which is the Two of Swords. That's strange. Two of Swords. It's something to do with communication, of like, still like searching for an answer. So if you do get an answer, you've got to believe in yourself, Alma. You've got to believe in yourself. Moon in Libra. Yeah, you've got to be careful with that placement. That's a difficult one, because that's still searching for answers, especially being like a Virgo rising too, that you feel that you constantly pull towards needing to find more, and there needs to be more. And the Libra moon can get very imbalanced with trying to find information to balance out my head of, what, did this happen, or did that not happen, or did it happen, or did it not happen? So I really want you to relax into that energy and try not to overanalyze, because then you might, with this news that comes in, if it's good of what I'm picking up here, you might start to overanalyze things again. Wow, and you see, you go to the three of swords, which is the 5. You see, you go from the 2 to the 3 and add it together, it goes to the 5, which is like the mind, the ego that needs breaking down, and it's part of your astrology at this point also. So I don't know if you know an astrologer that can tell you more about that, of what's going on in your chart. I can't really tell you, but this is a lot that's going on in the mind, of like worry and stress, and will it happen again? So if your husband does come back and you do go counselling, or you give it another go through this time period, please try to talk amicably and try to get clarification. And once you've got it, you're going to have to believe that, right? Because judgment is, again, you have to make that judgment, and if you believe, then you can't say you're going to believe and then you're not, you know, because you have to put energy and effort into your karma regardless, meaning that it's an experience for you to experience regardless of the outcome. So if you fear the outcome, you just fear yourself, and then you'll run from karma, and then it will, like I said, it can then start to progress into your life of confusion, where when your mind's out of control, things will become more out of control, and then you can self-deceive your own happiness, you know. So you have to go through your karma regardless anyway. So you need to get down to business, pretty much. That's what I'm picking up. And there you go. You see the 5 of Wands now. So you start fighting over this then. Whatever this thing is that's going on within the ego and the mind, of heartache and someone keeping you, like, I'm really picking this up as yourself though, Elma, that you're struggling with your own stuff, like mild depression maybe. I'm not saying that you are, but if you are, that might be why, because it's like an influctuation of start spreading the news, and then it's like, oh, kind of feeling I need to fight again. And there you go, you see, you go to the 9. So you go from feeling really victorious from the 6, but then you go right to the 5. So you're going backwards and then forwards, backwards, forwards. 6, 5, and then to the 9. So feeling great, feeling positive again, back to fighting again, and then back to feeling like PTSD, like of the mind. Shall we give it one more go, or is it going to persist to happen again? And that's 5 again, you see. 5 and 9, 5. Sorry. 14, 4 and 1 is 5, yeah, sorry. It goes back to the same thing. It's the ego. It's the ego of the mind that's keeping things really stuck for you, Elma. And there you go. See, separation, an explosive reaction. This can be anywhere. This can be with your partner at work, where if things get very stressful and overburdened, you might get to the stage where you're going to flip out and cause a tower moment, which can like ruin everything. So, I mean, I'm the truth teller. If this is you, Elma, please try and relax with your karma, and relax of whatever circumstance this happens at the bottom here, because this bit at the bottom here, I've got to tell you, it is kind of like looking quite serious, really, because you go from the 2 of Swords, making a decision, straight to the 3 of finding it out and then being heartbroken, and then fighting and then ghosting and feeling separated again, and then these making a 5, and then it's creating like a 10 of an ending, but separation. Fighting on either end of the scale. Separation. So let's find out what this Knight of Swords about, this message that's going to come through to you. Thank you. Wow. About being defensive, like on offensive and defensive. You see, the Knight of Swords is defensive, well, offensive. It travels in, and this is like defensive, offensive, defensive. I'm feeling offended, so I need to tell you because I'm offended, and then because I'm feeling defensive. It's a very, I think you're kind of really standing in your own way a lot, Elma. I do, because these sevens, regardless, they talk about ourselves. These are lessons for ourselves, and you've got two here. 2 sevens at the moment that are relating to your karma. Yeah, that's, I mean, the messages probably can get into a fight because of distance and like feeling defensive. I mean, that might even be at work, you see. You feel like just everyone's going to attack you. So you have to go with that and realise that judgment is that you've got to let something go to let something in. You've got to make decisions to start from the beginning. So let's see what this judgment call is about. What is this judgment call for? What will this judgment be about? What will this judgment be about, please, Spirit? What will this judgment be about, please, Spirit? What is judgment here? What is this judgment here for? Please, Spirit, one card for judgment. Judgment here for judgment. Please clarify judgment. King of Swords, I thought I'd see that popping up before. King of Swords, people of higher education, higher knowledge. Please tell me more about the King of Swords. Court decisions, a lot of court decisions or paperwork or stuff like that, and people that are of a higher mind, higher calling, but like structure and counsel and counselling and like work, wherever you're working. Judgment is that there needs to be a judgment on people of higher. Or if your husband or someone is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's a masculine, so that's a man. Libra, wow, it's a lot to do with court decisions, court battling, I would say. King of Swords and Justice, that's a lot of decision making. And that's you. So it's telling me that it's you that's got to make this decision. Libra Moon. And that's also probably to do with like higher decisions, higher counsel, higher education, extremely intelligent, using your higher knowledge in order to make this decision. You know, karmically it needs sorting out. Well, this is saying that there's got to be a decision either way. There has to be one, and you're going to have to make it. And you're going to have to make that decision, Elma. What's justice for? Please tell me more about justice. Well, children and, yeah, children. Children and the Six of Cups, your soulmate, meaning your husband and people that, or if you've got children with your husband, and court decisions. And these are the children if you have any. I normally don't read people's, abbreviate it, but it's to do with children and your husband, right? We're looking for investment for business, crowdfunding, blah, 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 aiming to create large businesses. How successful will it be? Had a situation where I remained and is it maybe see what it was. What happened to Aidan and Donna period? Oh, see, I can't answer all those. What was relationship and what was Adrian's feeling for Donna? One person stole from my business. Oh, I'm sorry. Idea. Well, I've had that happen. And he's developing his business now and that. I want to chase him out. Oh, where we go? I want to chase him on court. Take him to court. I want to know how he's doing now. And if he start court case, what would be the outcome? His name is Dennis. So if that's an outcome, this is the fight at court, and it's going to be to do with children or a business, the soulmate or business, but it's kind of like the soulmate is like something from the past. So tell me more about this Page of Pentacles. So it'd be an offer of something, an opportunity of a new beginning, something like a karmic decision. It's still not really telling me. That's a lot of karma. That's a lot of decision making. Yeah, Seven of Swords. It's not telling me. It's not telling me, Elma. Scorpio, an ending, pretty much. Someone's very deceptive. I don't know if it's anything to do with internet or travel or businesses, obviously, but these are the court members and you at court also, maybe, and it's to do with something from your past and an opportunity, but it's really not telling me, because it's telling me that the Wheel of Fortune of destined fated events, that it's an important event that I can't tell you that because of free will, is what they're saying. This is all down to free will, but clarified that is someone that's sneaky, right? So a thief always gets caught, and a thief always returns to the scene of the crime, always. Could be a Scorpio. So what about this thief then? Tell me more about this Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, please, Spirit. Thief always returns to the scene of the crime. And it's to do with money, and it's to do with a Pisces, which is you, and an opportunity. Again, it's just persisting to not tell me. Yeah, law again, Aries, right? But like a lot of law, it's just not telling me what the outcome will be. It's to do with money, it's about to do with you, it's about to do with family, a home. That is, well, a thief always returns to the scene of the crime. So if it's took money or a job or your business or something like that, then it's going to go to court. But you can never predict what's going to happen at court, because it depends on what people say, what they do, what they don't do, what they've said, what they've not said, evidence that might be found or not found within time that's still irrelevant, and you just will never be able to predict that through cards. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, when I open up the Skype calling, I can guide you on things that you might be able to ask when you're explaining things to me, and I can try to find out when we're talking if things persist to be real bad. But at the moment, what it's saying is that this, what's going to come up, is going to cause a lot of offensiveness and defensiveness of where you're going to want to know things, and it might be just to do with work, but it will not tell me the answer of yes or no. It's telling me what it's about, but it's not telling me what it will persist to be no matter what I do through these cards. Because people have free will. It would be in the hands of fate. A lot of fate in the hands of fate. So if you've been completely honest and truthful and honest and stick with the truth and honest, then it will hopefully be seen, yeah. Because a thief will always get caught no matter what, because they always return to the scene of the crime to take more. So they will get caught eventually. So just go with it, Elma. Go with it. Try not to... obviously, if someone's taking your ideas and businesses, please make sure that you don't divulge with the wrong people and try to learn by mistakes and, you know, try to gauge more on your intuition. Being Pisces, right? Try to gauge on your intuition, but even though your intuition only grows within time and your experiences is still your experience, no one can ever tell you that I have real strong intuition. You might do, but it still can lead you down the garden path regardless. Definitely Pisceans, because we represent losses and gains all the time. All the time. You know, Pisces are always known as the traitor in past lives. Stuck, you know. But you do have a traitor in your midst. You do. So let's draw some of these cards back. So hopefully you got that story, Elma. Hopefully you could see those. Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, Hangman, and the Ten of... It's about money, job, all that kind of thing that you want, that you know about. Being delayed a little, but there's someone deceptive around, and it's the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a fated event that has to happen that I can't tell you the outcome for. Hopefully it's kind of looking like it will go in your favour. What's the Hermit card here for? Tell me more about the Hermit card. The Hermit card. Please, the Hermit card. The Hermit card. No. I'm going to try and get on with the rest of this, and then I'll see if I can just ask a quick fire round questions. Tell me more about what this tower is about. Please tell me what this tower is about. Holy Spirit, the tower. What's the tower here for? Tower. Yeah. It's about a separation of assets or with children or something. And it's going to lead to a lot of sleepless nights. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Where it might be a disintegration of assets, because the tower talks about home, but it talks about a fire sale, meaning everything must go, like, you know, everything must go in life, and you have to let things go in order to let things progress and rise. You know, Scorpio rising, but rising from the ashes, starting a new fresh beginning, trying to please try to keep your thoughts under control, Elma. Nine of I can't. It's a lot of lessons to do with self-worth and value and stuff, and your karma that you've got to try and settle into, because things are going to progress to be quite stressful through this period of time at work, and through really trying to figure out what this court. I think this court decision is really going to make it or break it for you. You know, that's only within this sort of period of time of when that happens. You can always rebuild, but I'm saying that it's going to take some kind of fire sale in order for you to start fresh again, and then you might start worrying about that you've got to do that. You know, tell me more about what this Nine of Wands is about. It's Nine of Wands. It's Nine of Wands. What is this Nine of Wands here for, please? Nine of Wands. Thank you. Optimism. It's about staying optimistic. Might be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Just trying to stay optimistic. Trying to find it, you know, it's like really needing to find optimism again and find the strength in order to go forward again. Maybe alone if that's what you're going to do or what happens, but it might be like, I need to go it alone and I need to put effort and fire back into this project again to start again after this decision that might happen, because it's kind of like victory. It's like, here's the court case, and then it's like information comes in, but it's like victory, starting anew again and feeling brand new again, and then heartache and fighting and battling again, and then a fire sale. So something weird is going to happen. Please tell me more about what the Hermit is for then, really. What's the Hermit here for? Tell me more about this Hermit. Well, no, because that's you. So the Magician then, tell me the Magician. Sorry, I'm kind of speaking to my spirits. The Magician, please clarify the Magician. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, working hard, again, listening, really wanting to travel, and this is you travelling, distance travel, starting again, starting new, working hard, and wanting to travel, and this is you then travelling, water sign again, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but then finding out something about someone keeping you in decision, and it's going to relate to a fight and like heartache. Yeah. What is this Three of Swords about, please, Spirit? What is this Three of Swords about? Please tell me more about what this Three of Swords is for. Why is this Three of Swords here for? Why are the Three of Swords here for? Yeah. Travelling. Ending a cycle. An ending. It's about an ending. It's about an ending, travelling. Three of Swords is going to be... There might be some news that if you do travel... there might be something, yeah, not so good. Well, tell me more about the world, please. The world. What's the world here for? Yeah, moving, children. Temperance, Sagittarius. Tell me more about temperance. Could be to do with the Sagittarius. Tell me more about this story, please, with this temperance. It's soulmate stuff as well. Yeah, about travelling. Just keeps telling me the same story. The Three of Swords, heartache. It might be because there's distance between something that you've got to make this decision on. If it's literally just distance, and it's like, then that Three of Swords is more of a yearning, and like it just hurts the fact that there's distance, because there's a lot of it between somebody. There's a lot of travelling. Cancer, sign of Cancer. Sagittarius, travelling, obviously again, a lot of travelling, wanting to travel, a lot of spiritual healing also though, like healing, like healing a broken heart. Like, it might be just that you want to get away, that you just want to get away. Yeah, the Sun, Leo, children maybe, but like just get away from it all, just like, oh, just I need to get away. It might just mean that, that, you know what, because of this court case and all this going on, this is me actually wanting to travel, and I need to get over this stress. Whatever this Three of Swords ends up being, then there's a decision that you're going to need to make, because it's like healing. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Sorry, but that's my new soulmate. And every time she messages me, all the time, my heart jumps in my mouth. Sorry, it does. That's what soulmate stuff is really. And I'm Pisces as well. You're Pisces, right? She's Pisces. Tell me about this Two of Swords. What this decision is of this Two of Swords, please. And then I'll try and draw it around for you, Elma. Yeah, children, or just like messaging, or just like wanting to just like go, really, an opportunity for you to like go and travel. So it's pretty, yeah, you've got Six of Cups coming up, to do with children, like wanting to take the children away, or somebody wanting to take the children away is what I've just kind of like, really? Is that your situation? Someone wanting to take the children away? If it doesn't, it might just mean that I want to take the children away on holiday with me, or I want to take the children out of their situation, or this is just messages that the Two of Swords is about a message about making a decision. What's the Page of Pentacles then? This is why it's so easy that I'm going to start opening up. Yeah, it's to do with the mother. It's to do with children and the mother. The mother might have been in reverse. The Empress could be a Taurian energy. If this is that other woman, this could be that other woman you're asking about. Is she Taurus or possible Gemini? A woman with children. So if this leads to this, Elma, this is only if you know that this is in your life, right? And you know there's star placements. Because of this court case here, there's something that's going to happen with that travel and communication. And it's like manifesting something and continue to work, but wanting to travel and distance. And then there is here, and this can be you, or Cancer or Scorpio, but then there's something to do with like the patriarch. Like, I mean, this can represent you, right? Like the mother, and like this is the child, the mother and the child. So if you're not planning on a holiday, or you're not planning on moving, it's possible, because of this Three of Swords, that through this travel and this thing, there might be some communication about that, because there's a lot of travelling, a lot of distance, but it's all clarifying the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords, which is like a fight, but like the ego, but still a decision and heartache. And it's all clarifying because of travelling of something and distance of something, and this woman, whether this be you or whether it's someone else, But I would say it's definitely someone that has a child, and it could be an earth sign child. Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. And it's going to lead to a lot of fighting with like a Queen of Wands energy. Sagittarius, I'm normally picking it up, or Aries or Leo. You did have a Leo feel coming through. And then there's the breakup. And then I'm really sorry about this ending reading because it was good. But then it kind of leads to like the unknown again. The unknown again. And it's really not telling me anymore. Yeah. I hate giving over, like when I dig deep into readings for people, but I like to give them as much information of things and see if it resonates with you, but you have free will to like change that. You've got Two of Cups showing up again at the bottom of the deck, so you've got a lot of soulmate energy going on. So it's karma, Elma, unfortunately, mate. You know, and it don't never end, sweetheart. It don't. It don't. I'm 43. And I've been going through this for, well, my whole life, right? So and then it don't end. You know, you have to you do it again. I haven't been spiritual my whole life, but obviously life's always been like a struggle. Well, even though we were successful, it was still a struggle. You know, life is it's not easy, mate. So let's see if I can just quickly answer a couple of questions. I'm looking for investment for my business. Will it start? How will it go? So how will this business go for Elma when she starts this business, if she does it, crowdfunding? Can you tell me more about it, Spirit? Can you tell me more about it? How will it go? How will it go? How will this business go for Elma? If she starts this business, crowdfunding. How will it go? How will it go? So, a lot of communication. This was the Knight of Swords that was here, right? So it's going towards that King of Pentacles. There's kind of like an imbalance of communication that's kind of like really still trying to make that decision, actually. Like making the decision. Some of these are all in reverse. Decision again, making a decision again. Yeah, so it'll go positively because you've got like love, so you put love, care and affection into it, and that's what you have, you know. Do apologise for this. I don't like reading reversals because I'd rather gauge on as much as I can. So, this business, how will it go? So, I mean, you put a lot of love into it, and there is a positive reaction to that because it's just kind of saying, how will it go? I mean, you can't really ask those questions. You really can't, and I'm not a reader that would give those kind of questions out. You've got to put, obviously, love, care and affection into it. And you've got the sign of Gemini, but you don't have that there. So, how will it go? Yeah. There would be some deceptiveness around it regarding a Gemini. So is that around your business? Someone that's deceptive around your business? Tell me more about what's happening around a business. Making a brand new start. Like, running from fools pretty much and going towards something that's more happy. I mean, businesses, you're always going to have people that can be very deceptive. If you've got that at work and you know, and it's a Gemini, you know, then obviously there's someone around your business that can be like deceptive. If this is, didn't you have this during the court case thing? Someone deceptive. So tell me more about this Seven of Swords. Why is this Seven of Swords here for God's sake? Seven of Swords. What's this Seven of Swords here for? Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Because the Lovers is like a yes card. But how will it go? Well, no one really knows. You know, you're always going to have people that just don't like things. Seven of Swords is more about... Let me pick that up. What's the Seven of Swords here for? Seven of Swords. Page of Swords. Yeah, information gathering. There needs to be more information that you need to find out about it. That's what it's saying. If there is someone that's deceptive around your business and stuff like that, then this is you that needs to find out more information before you actually take this opportunity. There's an opportunity for you to do so in a new beginning, but if there is someone deceptive around, you need to find more information out about them. Could be a possible Gemini, because this could be Gemini here. Tell me more about the Lovers. The Lovers, what's the Lovers here for? The Lovers. Yeah, conflict, new beginning, truth, ending. Yeah, a lot of conflict and fighting with possible Gemini. The truth coming in about one and an ending that's created through that. And this could be what's happening within the work. And there's an ending to that. No more, you know, no more manipulation, no more defensiveness. Find out more information about whatever it is that's going on with your business. You know, I can't tell you an outcome for it because you're going to be running your business for a long time. So, you know, your business will be back, forward, up, down, who knows, free will, you know. This is why I only do a spread for a certain period of time to tell you what energy is going to come up. And normally they're to do with like soulmate relationships and relationships. But even then I do a spread and it tells you of general energy of what's going to come up. When it comes down to questions about how will my job go, no one knows. You know, it's very difficult to answer that. But because you've got like someone deceptive, find out more information. It could be a Gemini that you feel defensive or offensive against. You know, it could be manipulation possible, don't know. But starting a new, trying to manifest it again, and the truth about something that's going to end, an ending to that. So what's the Ten of Swords for? Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Queen of Cups, there's you again. Ending. See what we've got in your chart. Something to do with Gemini. So it's a choice or a decision, if not. Deciding, shall I or shan't I? Again, could be Libra, like, shall I, shan't I? And yeah, truth, just truth of like starting afresh, new beginning, coming away from anybody that's deceptive or, you know, digging for information, find that out, move away from people that keep you defensive, offensive, yeah, move, do something new, and do something for yourself, pretty much. If people are very dramatic around you and they try to stop you from taking this new beginning, and you know that they're people deceptive, go for it, definitely, because you have got someone that's very deceptive around the working field. But you know, we all do. So I'm going to leave it there for your reading. I can't really answer any more questions for you, to be honest, because there's a lot of questions. I've done the business. Yeah, we'll leave it there. If you want to at another point get different questions, because there's quite a lot there, and you just want to dig really into that, then we'll do a Skype call if you want, and then you can talk to me, and we'll do that, and then I'll really dig into those information for you. But you've got the court thing going on, again, that really won't tell me a decision. But you are at the bottom here, there is going to definitely be some kind of fallout, possible to do with another woman if that's not you, and children and that kind of thing, and a lot of travelling and that kind of stuff. And then like a separation of the whole thing. The tower hits and it's like an ending, and having to start again. So if it's to do with having to wait for this court decision and all that sort of stuff to happen first, and then you want to start your new business, my advice would be let this court case play out. Let's see whatever's going to happen with this thing. You know, let all the evidence, be honest, be truthful, no matter what. Be honest, be truthful. Stick with that, okay? Stick with your guns, and then whatever is done by the court, you'll never be able to change that unless you want to go again. But the court decision will always be the court decision. The more you fight, the more you lose. The more you lose, the more you fight. It's down to them, okay? And then you probably might have a segment where you're like, there might be a breakup, and a lot of arguing seems to be happening at the bottom here over children or another woman possible, and then a breakup, but then a new beginning again where it starts to proceed better as you come through that. Okay, I do apologise if that was really all over the place. It was not one of my best readings, to be honest. I don't like it when I have to give over like fighting messages and people things like that. But that kind of was the reading that came out, so I had to stick with the messages. Okay, Elma, thanks very much for the reading, love. If you wanted, like I say, do the Skype calling thing at some later date, and you want to ring and we talk, and then I can answer the questions, I'll see what's possible, because then you can say, oh yeah, they've got this and they've got that, and yeah, no, and it's just so much easier. Okay, Elma, thanks very much.